Welcome to the Leadership Show. Today, I am going to speak about something wonderful that happened in my native land. For those of you who do not know, Benin is made of three principal traditions. We do not have, we have people who are from Christian traditions and people who are from Islamic traditions. We have people who are animists being people who believe in ancestral practices, often known in the country and outside of the country as voodoo. And yeah, many and oftentimes, sometimes you might tell people I'm from Benin, they'll be like, oh, the country of voodoo. So yes, voodoo was born in Benin, and voodoo is also practiced in Brazil. Voodoo is also practiced in Haiti. So those, because the history of slavery, when they left, many took with them that heritage with them, and they still remember and practice it, and they have passed it. So it's going to be a testimony for, a story for another day, an episode for another day if you want me to cover that. Maybe in another show, I don't know, unless something fantastic happens there too. So this said, when I speak about Christian tradition, it's not like in North America, or especially I would say maybe in Canada, where when you say Christian tradition, Catholics are not considered Christians. In Benin, when you say Christian tradition, everybody who believes in Christ is Christian. So in the Christian tradition, you have the Catholic, the Pentecostal, the Baptist, the evangelical. I even discovered recently that we have Mormons in Benin, the Church of the Latter-day Saints, and obviously we have the Jehovah's Witnesses. We have a tradition that was born in Benin, the Celestial Christians. That's a story for another day if you want to know more about it. But they are in Canada as well. We have another tradition that was born recently in Benin, and the Church of Baname, and they have their own Pope Christoph the 18th. So this said, one incredible thing that happened was we have all learned to get along together in Benin. And one rule in Benin is that regardless of your religion, you can never kill in the name of your religion. You will be the tribunal, the court will deal with you. So so it doesn't matter what your religion says or what your religion doesn't say. It is a law in Benin. You cannot kill in the name of your religion. So we have all learned to get along together. So you'll see lots of marriages between obviously animists and Catholics, and Muslims and Catholics and animists. And matter of fact, many of the kings in Benin who are Muslims, especially in the north of the country, you will see some of the princes have a Christian name and a Muslim name. So you can tell right there, oh, the king is Muslim, and he married either a woman from a Catholic, a Christian tradition. Oftentimes, Catholic or other traditions, it doesn't matter. But there is that Africanist Arabian, Yes. So you have many who are born into both. So it's like the African version of the Mozarabic, right? Really the Africanist Arabian, right? That I titled what's the Mozarabi, tradition would be like in in Benin, especially because of the rich history, when I was cultivating the rich history of North Africa, the participation of North Africa to the church, and many of the role of Islam. So there are many weddings, and obviously that are both Islamo-Catholics, for example, yeah, from other Pentecostals, or a lot of Islamo-Catholics weddings. So this said, we've learned to honor each other, to respect each other. It doesn't mean that there are not disagreements in the couples, don't get me wrong, but as a whole, you'll never hear about religious war in Benin, you know. Some Muslim women will wear the veil, some Muslim women will not wear the veil. Now, the great news is that recently the government of Benin has awarded pilgrims, people who go on pilgrimage to Mecca. So it's a huge tradition. It's a tradition that existed before I was born, that existed when I was born, that existed when I grew up. Even after I came here, it is a tradition that is still going strong, where every year hundreds of people go on pilgrimage at least once in their lifetime to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. Just as us Catholics, we have all those pilgrimage places to go to. For a Muslim, in his lifetime, it is important for him to go on pilgrimage to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. This is Mecca, I believe, is where the Holy Prophet, the most Holy Prophet, Mahomet, is buried, I believe, and it's also in Saudi Arabia that I believe he received apparitions from the Archangel Gabriel, which, you know, apparitions and where the whole Holy Quran was born, that gave birth to the religion of Islam. So every year there are hundreds of people who go, and when they go, they come back, you know, based on certain things. Certain things change, and you know, when you spot somebody in the streets, by the way we refer to them, that, oh, this person has been to Mecca already, has done the pilgrimages. So over the years, the government has been organizing, has been helping I believe the Islamic Council for the Development of Islam in Benin. So Islam had to find a way to develop itself in Benin with some of these laws that are in place, like, you know, you can't kill in the name of religion, things like that, blah blah blah. So it's incredible how they have developed. So the government has been helping the councils in the development, in the preparation of the pilgrimage, especially the new government, and it's been very well organized with the former Minister of Foreign Affairs. You could see, so obviously the currency is not dollars, so the currency is franc CFA. So when you convert the currency in franc CFA, it's millions of dollars to go to in pilgrimage to Mecca. And Benin, my native land, Benin Republic, has lots of ties with the Middle East. Not just spiritual ties in terms of business, ties in terms of many things. So you can hear I'm playing prayers from Mecca. They are live on YouTube. And this is something else in Benin. As I was growing up in Benin, the mosques whenever it is time for prayer, you will hear the imam from the mosque. Literally, if there is not a Catholic church in your neighborhood, there is a mosque in your neighborhood, or both in your neighborhood. So you will hear the imam at 7 o'clock sharp. He's so loud, so you know that it's the time for prayer. So literally the atmosphere, the country, no matter where you go, is just filled with prayer, whether it is prayers from the Catholic Church, whether it is prayer from the Protestant Church, whether it is prayers from the mosques. And that's probably why in Benin we've never had civil wars. We get agitations sometimes, you know, but it's never, even in the most tumultuous time, it's an incredible atmosphere in the country. It's an attitude of prayer. So the government has been helping more and more with the Islamic Council, with the planning of the pilgrimages, and it's been so well organized. I remember following it a few years, 3 years now, when pilgrims were going to Mecca. They were put in the best conditions ever, so they were not by themselves planning it. It was really like a nationwide spiritual affair. So the new Minister of Foreign Affairs has just doubled the, in collaboration with the government as well, obviously, just doubled the some sponsorship subsidy, if I can put it that way, that will be allocated to every pilgrim. So I'm just going to use the local currency. So for example, the trip, if you were to take the trip plus the accommodation, plus the meals, visas and all these things, and touristic, obviously whenever you go on, whenever I've been on pilgrimage somewhere, pilgrims bring a lot of money to the industry of tourism. I can testify about that because all the times I've been on pilgrimage myself. It comes down to like 3 million francs CFA, and I think they used to sponsor close to 150,000 francs CFA before. So now they have doubled that, and each pilgrim who registers, and who has the means will be receiving around at least 300,000, you know, something towards the pilgrimage. And this is definitely great news, not just for them, but for the whole community, because when they are fundraising, yes, they put toward the work, but you know, it's like everybody that's, you know, who can support you and help you go to that pilgrimage that you approach. So this just like strengthens the fifth journey of many of the pilgrims in Benin, the relationship obviously with other pilgrims, because whenever they go and they come back, it's a lot of story, and obviously it's a new attitude, because once you go to Mecca, you have to be, it's like, even if you've been living a life towards sanctity, once you go, it is clear that, you know, you are clear that from this moment on, you won't be drinking alcohol anymore. You won't be. So it's a radical lifestyle change for many people. So it is great. It's brought joy to many people, to many of us, to know that they are encouraging this life of sanctity. And it's always great to see how they help a plan for that pilgrimage. And yes, so that's what I wanted to share with you today, and just grateful for how they are inspiring us and how they are working with us in building that society of faith and culture. In Benin, you will never see somebody who say, I don't believe in God. It's not. There is no such thing. Everybody believes in something. Every single person believes in something. And oh, it's great news. Oh yes, and I did believe there are. Yeah, there are other tradition as well. I was forgetting, but anyway, I forgot. Yeah, we do have people who are Freemasons in Benin as well. We do have people who are. So yeah, we have quite a bit in terms of tradition. But to come back, you know, um, today I wanted to speak about the Islamic community, and very happy for them. Very happy for what the government is doing, what the Islamic Council is working on in order to help into the development of faith. So to all Islamic people from Benin, you know, I would say have a blessed end of Ramadan. And I know when I was growing up in Benin and I was going to a school that was founded, an Islamic school, it was founded by a Muslim couple. Those of us who were Catholic and those who were Muslims, we will challenge each other whenever it was our season of fasting. So when it was Lent, they'll watch over us. When it was Ramadan, we will watch over them. And in moments, in years where our fasts were around the same time, like Lent, like this year where Lent and Ramadan happened to be like just like few days apart, and just, you know, at the same time, we will really make each other accountable to make the best of it, because we knew that at the end of the day it was blessings for us. We will grow spiritually, and it was also blessings for our land, you know. So I wish all of them a blessed end of Ramadan, and Eid is in, you know, the celebration is in few days, so I will say Ramadan Mubarak, you know, Eid Mubarak. Hopefully, I know I shouldn't be too early, but you know, by the time you see this video, we are literally like 2 days, or maybe tomorrow even, in some country. Today is the 28th of March. So I might actually be at the eve of Ramadan. In some countries. So yeah, actually it begins tonight. The celebration begins tonight. Oh wow, it actually begins tonight, even Canada. So here we go. Here we go. So yeah, it begins tonight, and then it carries on in some countries for a few days. And I know in Benin it's a national day, it's a national holiday. So it begins tonight already, evening of Friday, February 28th. So it begins tonight. And in Benin, for example, it's going to be celebrated until Sunday. So happy Eid Mubarak to all of you. Joyeuse fête. En cette fin de Ramadan à tous et à chacun. And see you in the next episode of the leadership show. Okay? And if you happen to see this at some point, maybe next year, you know, don't forget to check out my interreligious collections, you know, on my brand Bərakhah Wear. I've got stuff, Arabic collection, and the collection that I have about Sheikhah and INTISaR SaBaH of Kuwait as well. Okay, I mean, that was just in brackets. I was just in brackets. But happy feast to all my Muslims brethren in Benin. Joyeuse fête et bon pèlerinage en Arabie Saoudite. And hopefully we will hear your incredible testimonies when you come back from Saudi Arabia this year when you go in a pilgrimage. Eid Mubarak.